Hello everyone, my name is Olajumoke Opajobi. I'm a graduate of Max-Migold Training Center. I graduated in the year 2020 and Max-Migold has been an excellent training for me. I went through this training and transitioning from an architect to a facility manager, and I totally enjoyed every bit of the training. It's so impactful. It went down to the list, to the bits of everything I need to know as a facility manager, and it has helped my career. Right now I've gotten a job from facility facility that I'm currently managing as a facility manager, and I so enjoyed the training, the team. I got to know about Max-Migold in year 2020 when they put up some flyers on an e-flyer. I saw an e-flyer that talked about facility management training, and it's something I've always shown interest. I've been looking out for what I can do differently as an architect to build myself and add value to myself. Then I got to know about Max-Migold. I followed through, and I had a 2 days free training session with Max-Migold, and from there I got so much interest in building my career as a facility manager, and they have helped me. I've gone through the full training, and I'm a graduate of Max-Migold. I appreciate that, and they have been wonderful. They have added so much value to my career, and it has been an excellent walkthrough with Max-Migold. Thank you.
My name is Peter Lawal, a facility manager with Triumph Properties and Facility Management, a graduate of FMMC Batch 12, of which prior to that I was a graduate of Physics with Electronics. It's funny when you hear physics and facility management. That shows what facility management can do to you. Coming into this, when I took the course, the 3 months Master Craft class, which was quite intense and very eye-opening. I came into the course with the intention of learning more pending when I will be getting fully employed, because prior to the program I was still in the job market trying to get somewhere to work. So fast forward to the class, I went through a lot, and this kind of broadened my perspective to the everyday activities and everyday objects I see around me. There are opportunities. All these things matter, right from the fabric of the material used in painting, decorating, even right off the dust on the table, cleaning.
Hello, my name is Amaka Anasi, and before the facility management diploma, Mastercraft diploma, I was working in the Labo school as a facility manager. I heard about the diploma and I attended the free training first because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do the diploma. So the free training convinced me that this was it. So I registered for the diploma. It has been worth my while, really. It has been very worth my while. So before the diploma, I had been working in facility management for about 5 years, and generally groping in the dark, making mistakes, learning from costly mistakes. Now with diploma, my facility management strategy has changed. It's no longer firefighting, but even though that still happens occasionally because life happens. But now I know, okay, so I have different maintenance strategies for different assets I can put in place and reach the bins before faults happen, which is the best way of practicing facility management. Then also, I know that some of my colleagues, some of my classmates in diploma have gotten promotions or pay rises, and you want to have that too. And also, through the training, I've been exposed In fact, I'm still being exposed. I contribute and I learn.
I'm not hearing.
By being part of the alumni group, it's wonderful. There's a lot. I'm exposed to industry standards. You hear from other people who are wearing the same shoes as you're wearing. So you're not alone. It's big, that sense of community. And I want to thank Mr. Paul and the team of Max-Migold for the wonderful opportunity. And I encourage you to do the same to start the program.
My name is Adelinji Clement. I work with Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I joined the Max-Migold in January 2022, and which is the diploma program. I enjoyed the program, both the field, practical. There is a practical we wrote at Ikoyi. I forgot the name of the address. The plumbing practical, it was awesome and it helped me a lot to improve on at my own site. I started working in Ministry of Foreign Affairs since 2007, and from resident at Ikoyi to our training school at Alon Badagry from 2012, and from there, since then, they tried to introduce Max-Migold to me, in which my organization see that from there I can still gain more experience to improve my career. And since when I joined in the area of registrar, asset register, I improve on it. In the area of procurement, I make sure that all our materials and everything is being kept safely. And in the area of maintaining the generator annually also, it helped me a lot. Both the cleaning of the environment, it was so awesome, and Max-Migold we still continue to be great, and we enjoy Mr. Paul, Mr. Emmanuel. I can't remember all our resource people. We really enjoy them, and I pray that God Almighty will continue to help them, and will continue to promote the Max-Migold. Thank you.
My name is Tosin Ogunlade. I'm an architect by profession. I practiced architecture for many years, but I needed to stay back home to take care of my kids for a while. And after that, I needed to bounce back into career. And I thought of picking up what I could do to boost myself. And then I picked up the FM diploma program. I did that, and it helped me to achieve a career leap, in the sense that I was able to secure a job as a facility manager to manage an aspect of the Oshodi bus terminal. And it has helped me. The program helped me to learn the essence of proactivity. It helps me to be proactive, to be able to work with my team members. Now, this is a program that is open to anybody from any field. Once you do this program, this facility management diploma program, you'll be taught, you'll be well trained, well taught how to be able to function as a facility manager. This is a program I advise anybody to come into. I will advise you to pick up this program, and you will learn from it. To be well groomed, you will learn a lot, that when you come into managing a facility, you will flow easily. It will just be easy. So you learn how to be prepared in case of emergencies. You learn how to do your maintenance plans. You learn about health, about safety and security. You learn how to do your facility condition assessments, also to make your asset register. So please register for this program, and you will not regret it. Thank you.
is Bolatito Adelebolaji. I work as an health and safety officer with United Geophysical Nigeria Limited, where we work as an HSC, as I said earlier. Initially, I would say that facility management training is like, I am just getting inculcated into it for now because it's just getting more embraced into the system. I wouldn't say I'm so much aware about it as a career initially. So lately I started saying like facility management as a continuous, like a new career path. That's when I heard about Max-Migold and I did my inquiries. Along the line, I got a notification for this training that is coming up, like it's a one-day training as a giveaway. And I see that, okay, this is going to be like a starting point for me and I'm going to learn a lot for it. Okay, let me go and then I can be able to subscribe for the other ones I've checked. I've seen the FMO. I think I would like to go into more about the facility management operations because I read about it. So today it was vast. It was actually a medium that was actually really very communicated across. I had in-depth knowledge. I learned a lot from Mr. Paul Erubami. He actually had passion about what he is doing and he was able to cascade and he was able to communicate to us effectively. I had a very good knowledge about everything that he just taught us today, and I see it as a very good one, and which I will even refer a lot of my colleagues because I can, today now I was made to understand that FM can be integrated into HSC, like it goes concurrently together, which I see it as a new eye-opener to me. So which I can even advise some of my other colleagues that are HSC practitioners also to go for this course because it's going to help the productivity of the company. Thank you very much. We had lunch, and let me chip in that. It was a good one because we didn't pay a dime and you could get lunch. We had chicken on it. So it was a fantastic one. I would like to appreciate that. God bless you all.
My name is Nina Olo, and I'm here for the Max-Migold Facility Management Giving Back series. It's actually a wonderful experience, and the program is actually very enlightening and it's an eye-opener for me because as a facility management professional, I never expected a lot of things that I've seen at the training. You know, with respect to the training, I got to learn a lot of things, and it's so broad. Facility management is a process, it's a lifelong thing that you can't even it's not something you learn in a day. It's a continuous process. That's what I've come to know. And then with this series, with this program, it's actually something that will bridge the gap between the knowledge gap in facility management in Nigeria, actually. So I give it up to Mr. Paul Erubami for his good work and giving back to the society. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hajia Zainab Saleh, and I'm the Managing Director of Brains and Hammers Facility Management Limited and White Oak Management Services Limited. Both are facilities management companies. Not too long ago, I decided to enroll my staff in a masterclass program organized by Max-Migold Limited. For some of us that are not aware, Max-Migold Limited is a physical facilities management, training, inspection, technology advisory firm. Now, I've known them for quite some time, and I chose, not too long ago, to put my staff through a training program under Max-Migold. And I can assure you that it was worth it. Why do I say that? What value has it brought to me? Or what value has it brought to my staff and to the organization generally? I can assure you there was a change. Why do I say that? Their mindset has begun to change. The way they look at attending to activities and tasks that have been given to them have changed. I even hear it in their conversations. And when you hear my staff discussing about tasks or projects that have been given to them, to execute. You hear them saying, oh no, I remember in class they told me not to do this. Let's do it this way, and let's see how it's going to affect the work at the end of the day. The long and short of all what I'm trying to say to you is that if you have an opportunity to send your staff or yourself to Max-Migold, please do it, because it is worth it. And I can assure you that you will see positive changes in your staff, and which will eventually impact in your organization. Do go ahead, work with Max-Migold. You will definitely get what it is you're looking for. Have a lovely day.
Very seeing things that are not seen before. So, for example, we talked about the water chillers. We talked about the way things are in the building management system. You know, we talked about the future. This building is a gold standard for the future buildings, and I believe that more people should come over to assess this building, to know its functionality, and come to terms with what I believe is the future of buildings. This is the first building I've seen in this country that has really been so impressive, and I believe that this is just the beginning of great things to come.
As FMs, when we get into a space, the first thing that is required for us is what? You get to an organization as FM. Okay, what do you do? What do you do? How do you align your strategies? Yeah, very good. You need to understand the objective, the core business, what they do, what they are interested in, and do what? Thank you very much. You are aligning all these things that you know about energy, about generator, about cleaning. You must ensure you align it with the objectives of the organization. And this is the key place that a lot of facilities managers, they get it wrong. This is my objective as an organization, as a CEO. This is where I see this organization in the next 5-10 years. How can you be of value to me? How can you be of support to me to ensure that you support me, give me the needed support and requirements that will take me seamlessly in a cost-efficient manner to my 2030 goal? That is where we stand as facilities manager. All right. If I'm going as a CEO of an organization, if I'm going in this direction, and my facility manager is pulling a rope to my tying a rope to my neck, and is pulling me in the other direction, and is unable to convince me that, oh, this is a better path, this is value addition, let us look in this direction. He's unable to convince me. He's just telling me I should come here. That means not in alignment with my goal. All right? Then we may have to part ways. This is a core thing in practical facilities management, the core area, and the foundational failure for most facilities managers.
First, you get an industry recognized professional certificate of training you get automatic membership of the Max-Migold Professional Mentorship Program. It's a lifetime mentorship program where you have chance to always come back to consult with us, always be able to ask questions about your career path, get full counseling on an ongoing basis, get placement and job opportunities on an ongoing basis. So your career and talent management system is integrated with what we do in Max-Migold. I want to start by telling you 3 things that are going to define facility management in Nigeria in the next 10 years. 1, there is going to be an extreme scarcity of facility management skills. You know why? Nigeria is the fastest building economy across the continent right now. We are building vast estates, massive World Trade Centers, commercial office blocks, unthinkable volume and amount of capacity is being built in real estate. The explosion is huge. But you know what? Just like when the Bible prophesies of a famine, not a famine of food, but a famine of knowledge, skills to manage those facilities. That's coming, and it's coming very quickly. You are pioneers in taking advantage of that first phenomenon. You are always going to be recognized as one who thinks, talks, and does things differently. Because we did not teach you just to become able to manage buildings. We teach you enough to become a better person so that you are more useful to the built environment. I'm not only asking you to go out there and show that you can manage facilities, I'm asking you to take positions as masters and trainers in facilities. I'm actually talking about an acute scarcity that's coming of skills. There are no first degrees. There are no diplomas. There are a few masters that have churn out about 100 people per year. In fact, the master degrees right now are competing with what we are doing with our diplomas in numbers. But in quality, the story is different. If you put someone with an academic master's degree and someone with a Max-Migold diploma in FM on the job, the difference is felt within a month of working together.
My name is Olayinka Adeyemi. I heard about the facility management giving back series at Max-Migold, and coming here not to do with the experience I've gotten. I'm for one, I'm a 90% and I've been in IT industry for the past 8 years thereabout. Started as a programmer, from there moved on to a management role as the HR. And I'm looking at what more can I do. Getting that opportunity coming here, I felt facility management have to do with managing, building, material, equipment. But getting here, I was made to understand that we have hard service and the soft service. And without this training, I'll still be working in that shadow of the past, that anything facility has to do with the building.
Hello, my name is Michael Omole Ogudengbe. I'm with the FMMC batch 14, and this graduation is more like a dream come true because during the course itself, there are a lot of things that I learned to reorientate myself when it comes to facilities management, rendering quality service to customer, being able to carry out proper presentation to the C-suite on what needs to be done strategically in a facility. So this course I recommend to everyone. It's a very, very good one. Thank you.
My name is Toby, a graduate of the Mastercraft Facility Management course. And I'm here to tell you the truth, and nothing else but the truth. This course is amazing. totally amazing. It has changed my concept about facility management. It has changed.
Hello, people. Good afternoon. I hope we're all off to a brilliant start to the new year. I'm excited to be with you again today in another hour of knowledge share. My name is Paul Erubami, and I'm the CEO of Max-Migold Limited that brings you the channel and the platform for these launch hour sessions. We have training for facility managers for all roles in the workplace, and we provide facility management services as well as energy and smart building solutions. In today's session, I thought we needed to take some time to really look into the invention called the Facility Management Mastercraft Diploma. Because we've been doing this for years, and the experience has been that when people come into the program, they tend to have this eye-opening experience, this mind, expansion, this increase in insights, this new drive to excel the best in facility management. And because of this, we felt it was important to take a session to just give everybody an insight into the FM Mastercraft program in today's launch hour. So for the next 45 or 50 minutes, we're going to be covering all that you will cover in 3 months if you were in the program. And for those who have taken the program, this will be like a refresher, to be like a reminder of the things that you have gone through. And if you have, not been applying them in your work, this will be a wake-up call to answer the call of professionalism, things you have been imparted with on the FMI, so you can rekindle and start implementing. And just before we get right into this, I want to remind you that the batch 23 of the Mastercraft Diploma starts on the 3rd of February, Monday, 3rd of February. We're excited as we see more people coming to the program. Just a reminder for all those who plan to join and take advantage of the 100,000 Naira, flash sale promo or discount that we offer during the free training on January 4th, that offer ends today, midnight today. If you have plans to take the FM Mastercraft Diploma and you want to enjoy that 100% discount, please find means to make a payment today. Okay, if you lock in that payment today, then you are in. I've also had encounters with some people who want to take the FM Mastercraft Diploma. They seem to have their hands full. So February is kind of busy, March is busy. They probably will be free a little bit to concentrate in April or even in the of the program. For those kind of people, I'll say, go ahead, take advantage of what we have now and make your payment and book your slot for those future sessions. By this time next week, the new rates or the new prices for the FM Mastercraft diploma pulled out on our website. And to give you a hint, the physical class is from 750,000 to 975,000. Sounds like a lot of money, but it's not a lot anymore considering the way the economy is now. The virtual program is going to go from 550,000 to 750,000, just so that we don't kill this vision, so that we are able to run on a continuous basis. But for all those who make payments now and the start of the class 23 and up to the start of class 24, which starts in April, we will allow you lock in this current rate of 750 and 550 and perpetually. So basically, if you make a payment, whenever you want to come for the class, you are free to come for the class. You've already paid. So no matter what the price is, then you'll be fully covered. Okay. So that's the little we can do considering the economic pressures we are in right now, to make sure that we don't, we won't be able to, we don't want to flow with the rate of inflation or the rate of escalation of the currency, or the valuation of the currency, but we will try to maintain improvements in our quality content and our faculty delivery quality, and ensure that you get the best. You can't come into the FM Mastercraft diploma and leave the came in. You must come out of it as an expert in facility management. We would position it as a foundation program that teaches you all of the key skills, the key tools you need, all of the concepts, and practical experience, because this is something that most training don't offer. Even professional courses that you take from foreign organizations, the ones you take from postgraduate professional courses in our university, they don't give you this level of practical exposure. One, we teach with faculty members who are practicing certified credentialed facility managers. Some of them went through the same program. So they were once in your shoes, and they have taken the learning and gone to put it into practice. And they can now come back with experience and insights. And we have those who are experts in their niche areas, engineering, technology, technical, all of those, plumbing, electrical, and fire, and the rest. We have those who have reached the zenith of such specializations, still practicing, coming to teach in the FM Mastercraft diploma. So you can't get it wrong when it comes to the blend of theory and practical, because when the theory is being presented, the practical experience from those who are teaching comes right through. But that is not all. That is not all. While you're on the course, you have a series of assignments and assessments that help you to study more, research more, look deep into the content, answer questions, and bring what you are being taught close to the front of your reasoning, to your mind. And then every class we have sessions where we talk about what you are currently encountering in your workplace. So it's live solutions to problems. So even if you didn't bring the issue or the question to the table, someone else is experiencing the same thing that you are experiencing, and that person comes to the table for discussion during the class. So that deepens the practical experience you gain from the program. In addition to this, we now have the field trips where we set up time to get out of the classroom, go visit real properties that are being managed using the principles we are teaching. Sometimes we go to some properties and we have to come up with recommendations based on what we have learned and how things should be done better. So whether it's electrical, whether it's plumbing, whether it's air conditioning, we give you time to experience those in real facilities out there. And at the end of the program, you get a chance to write an exam and your qualification or credential. And that's where
the beauty actually begins. You now get to work on a series of real life projects, either individually or in small groups, where you take on a building and you deliver real life FM results. You generate an asset register, you create collision assessment, you do a health and safety audit and management plan for health and safety, you do a risk management plan, business continuity and emergency preparedness plan, you do a budget, you create a maintenance program. Why? Because if you have been taught, you have heard from your facilitators and your classmates, you have gone out to see, and you did not get a chance to actually do, your learning is not complete. We make sure it is complete. And once you are done with that, for those who have workplaces where they currently work, either as FMs or any other role, any other kind of job, provided you have access to a workplace, you can do those projects in that workplace using the buildings that currently have. Pair up with your teams, you can work with them to generate the same output. Those outputs are supposed to be real inputs into improving the operations, maintenance, efficiency of processes, cost reduction, strategic deployment of initiatives for those buildings that you're participating in. And once that is done, you earn your diploma, right? And once you earn your diploma, because you now have experience, you now have practical, you now have theoretical knowledge, all of this come together to give you something that you add to your CV that is not just a training. Okay, and then we also walk you through getting an internship placement if you don't already have a job or you're trying to transition and you don't intend to use your current workplace. We work with you to get a placement. We have had not less than 97 to 98% placement rate, not for full-time jobs within 6 months of graduating from the FM diploma. If you know anyone, anybody who can read, who can write, who can analyze and express themselves, and they are jobless, it is their fault, they are wrong. And if you are part of supporting that person, push them now into this platform where they can never get it wrong. Everyone is qualified to practice facility management. And the beauty of it all is there is a vacancy for everybody that we bring on. Why is that? Why do you think there's so much FM jobs, supply or demand, and not enough FMs to fill it? That's because there are no first degrees, no diplomas, no academic programs that provides that training for facility managers, right? And now, coupled with the fact that businesses are beginning to realize the strategic importance of facilities and why facilities should be managed professionally, and why the position of facility manager should be created, not admin, not corporate services, not internal services, not support services like they used to say, not all kinds of names we used to call them. They're now creating facility management positions, and they are looking for people who are trained as facility managers. Of course, there are all kinds of ways you get into those positions for now, but over time, the difference will be clear between those who just got into the position and are basically doing it based on, they know how to get it done, they are smart, street smart and the rest, compared to those who actually got trained in the body of knowledge of FM. So that difference is going to be there. And then the earning power is going to be phenomenal. If you hear the stories of those who joined the FM Mastercraft Diploma from NYC just 5 years ago, now working in positions where they earn the kind of amount they themselves cannot even mention to you in public, should tell you how far things can get. If you come out of school with another person who studied the same thing with you and he went into maybe your engineering, your building, your architecture, your law, whatever it is, and you come into FM, because of the
disparity in demand and supply. Because there's a huge demand compared to supply, you will be commanding higher salaries within 4 or 5 years, almost double, if not triple, what that person is earning in your primary discipline. And the beauty of it all is facility management is open for everyone, all disciplines. You read sciences, you read architecture, you read business, you read engineering, you read law, you read medicine, nursing, sociology, social works, education. There are transferable skills in every discipline to facility management. And as we go on in this session, you will see why I say you are qualified for facility management and you deserve to be a facility manager, because the infrastructure growth in our country and everywhere in the world is rapid. The awareness of how that infrastructure and physical assets should be managed is increasing. The need for facility managers is increasing. The supply of facility managers is not meeting up. So you are always going to be a pioneer for the next 20 years. By my estimates in Nigeria today, there are at least 20,000 people that call themselves facility managers. Out of that number, only about 5,000 have gone through any kind of training in facility management. And the interesting thing is, with 20,000 people calling themselves facility managers, the demand for facility managers in Nigeria today is almost 500,000. So it's huge. It's massive. Take a chance and move into a profession that's going to ever remain growing and on the upswing. All right, so in today's session, I'm going to forget the next class starts on the 3rd of February, which is class 23. We have class 24 starting sometime in April, and the last class for the year, class 25, starting in August, which is the one that the price has bumped up so that we can survive and stay afloat. Be ready and take your places in this class. So today we're talking about how to provide, we want to provide you with all of the body of knowledge, the principles and practices of FM. And we're going to be going through some courses, some modules that cover technical skills, your maintenance, your asset management, your engineering related technical courses like plumbing, electrical, elevators, and so on and so forth. We're going to talk about leadership. There are courses that covers leadership and communication. FM is very broad because it manages people and manages assets, right? And the processes that integrates people and their places is what we manage in facility management. So it's a lot of psychological application of skills on how to relate, social skills, emotional skills. They all play a role in facility management. And we're going to talk about, technology. There are so many technology innovations that the FM industry has embraced. We, as managers of the industry, must keep pace. We must find solutions to the problem of the built environment. We are ultimately the custodians of the built environment. If the architect designs, the town planner first lays out and gives approvals, the architect designs, the builders build, the engineers consult and build and manage that whole process. They're all doing all of this because of who? Because of facility managers. They're supposed to deliver to facility managers. As facility managers, our numbers are still very, very few. I'm the immediate past president of the Association of Facility Management Practitioners Nigeria. And we still talk about 1,000 members officially, or even less. Or even less. Right? So what are we trying to do really? Our strategy. Get everyone related to the built environment to get trained as facility managers.
why should you, as an architect, quantity surveyor, estate surveyor, property manager, why should you also be trained as facility managers? Because you want to have a backup skill, a profession that will never take a break. You will never ever build, complete, and be wondering what's your next project ever again. Because once it is built, it's handed over. And once it's handed over to you as an FM, the maintenance and operations and managing people is a perpetual journey. So the building stocks that we have today needs to be managed. The ones that are currently being built, just drive around Lagos and get a sense. So if you go to the Lekki houses or Ikorodu houses, just get a sense of how buildings are sprawling and rising. They need to be managed. So that pressure is going to be higher and higher and ongoing. Facility management will always be in demand. Okay. And as these buildings are coming on, there are technologies, new technologies. Energy efficiency is driving a lot of new technologies. Sustainability and the net zero, almost elusive net zero goals that corporate organizations are chasing is driving a lot of new initiatives. Smart systems that increases safety, security, convenience, comfort, and all the likes are beginning to get built into the buildings. And we as facility managers cannot continue managing those buildings with logbooks and paperwork orders. We need to also elevate ourselves to understand those systems, to work within certain softwares and technology, and be able to bring value to the end users. Okay. And then for those who take the FM Mastercraft Diploma, we also show you a pathway to the top of the profession worldwide, globally. The courses, the certifications, that add more and more credentials and certifications to you as you rise in this profession, we teach you in the program. So we're not saying, oh, once you do our program, then you are done for life. No. In fact, I teach about my rule of 5. My rule of 5 is that every 5 years you must add something to yourself, not just a Coursera or Allison 10 hours, 5 hours course. No, I'm talking of a proper certification, an additional degree, a professional qualification, or a credential, something that should add something to your name, a credential that has a designation that you can show as something that puts you at par with people in your profession everywhere in the world. We teach you how to make that climb. Okay. And then, of course, all of the practical ones I've talked about. All right, so let's start with the first thing we'll be covering in the FM Mastercraft Diploma, the FM Foundation. This is an introduction course. We look at the key elements: people, place, processes, and the extension of process, which is technology. We look at classification of services. We now spend time on this particular course, giving you strategies, operational strategies, that if you are working as a facility manager in any organization, any state, any anywhere in the world, just this first class in the FM Diploma will give you nothing less than 20 cool tips that will change the way you think, the way you act in so many respects, and the way you relate and interact with people. In fact, the processes and systems you have on ground, on site, you will go back and revise them. Because here, we're not saying just get introduced to FM theoretically. No, we're asking that you go back and implement certain changes in your operations. So that's how the FM Foundation works. So for just this 2 hours, we're going to touch on key areas that is just going to blow your mind about how you've been running your facilities. I've had people come to class for the first day. Doing the sales process is always very difficult. Oh, my team will call you and advise you and promise you kinds of discount, and you still be dragging your feet. You still be doing as if, oh, rather go and spend money, renting a bigger apartment or paying school fees or renovating upgrading my car. Everybody just have all those kind of priorities. So buy land in so and so place and buy two get one free. We have all these lofty dreams. We want to put our money, but many people now we get to talk and convince you. But just one day in class, you'll be asking yourself, oh my goodness, this is a wonderful investment. What have I been doing? And I have people who still tell me to today, I've been following for 4 years, I've been following for 3 years. Just one day, the FM Foundation class, we turn that. And then for us, we don't want you to, just get introduced into it. We move you from that, that beginning, that FM Foundation, to give you the whole picture of where your career will take you. So the next class is about the FM career course. This one is where we give you a pattern that you can run. Industry insights, career pathways, the key skills. Many people have jobs. They don't know the skills that you must imbibe, that you must own to excel on the job. There are so many people that are still waiting to be told what they should do. And it's a big problem. So they are drifted in all directions. And for some, they spend so many years on the job. And they don't belong to associations, they don't have mentors, they don't have people they look up to. They're not even visible online. In case that job ends, it's over for them. They're back to charity case. All those years of experience, no professional growth. It's even worse for some who, while they are in FM, because they read nutrition and they didn't have a job on time, so they got an FM position that they just manage in the meantime while they go and do a master's in nutrition so that they can get a job in nutrition. My dear, if your job today is FM, even if what you read was botany or zoology, my dear, don't go back to botany or zoology. Stay and acquire qualifications in FM. Because once you have career and experience mismatch, you have killed your career. 3 years as an FM, 1 year as an intern, and 2 years, gaining some experience in FM. But in the meantime, as I save more money, I go and do a master's in chemistry, and I do an MBA, and I do this and do that because I hope to go and become some manager somewhere in my discipline later. You know what you're doing? When the time comes, when the opportunities actually arrive for what you are chasing, they will ask for your experience. And your experience has not been in that area, it's been in FM. So with all the qualifications in that area, they will zone out on you there. When it's time for you to now grow in FM, let's say opportunity comes for higher roles in FM, they will now ask, of course you have experience, isn't it? Let's hope your several years experience is not 1 year. If you do the same thing repeatedly without achieving new things, your experience is not experience. They will now ask for, have you even invested in your growth? Do you now tell them that you've been training in chemistry, but you've been working as FM? So you've been a very bad FM or a poor FM. See that mismatch? You lose out on chemistry, you lose out on FM. Don't let that happen to you. Even if it's just 1 year, you are, and you just found yourself there. Please hold it tight, because the rise to the top in your profession that you find yourself now is going to be faster than any other discipline or any other profession you thought was out there. We guide you. So we move you from, immediately as you enter the program into giving you a big picture of where your career can go. And then we now spend time elevating you. The strategic facility planning course responds or answers why questions. So many things we do. What are the driving forces? What is the reason? What is the underlying considerations? When an organization invests in a hostel, in a shopping mall, in an office block, they have answered why. They know the purpose for those investments. If they now brought in to come and manage it for them, does not spend time understanding the strategic relevance or importance of facility management, not just to the buildings and the people that use the building, but to the organization that invested in the building in the first place, you would have lost out completely. You've lost it completely because you will keep yourself in the shop floor on the ground, tracking operational items and being elevated. Because if you fully understand why the organization creates the assets that you are asked to manage, your thinking elevates to the level of the owners of that organization. You are able to go through a strategic planning process that closely aligns with the organization's strategic plans, so that as the organization is growing, advancing, and moving forward, you have long-term plans for the facilities that is going to keep meeting the needs and requirements of that organization. So nobody's going to call you to tell you that a new facility has been rented or bought or built for you to go and clean it up, because you would have been the originator of the idea in the first place. You will be part of that whole process. And once it's time to put it to use, you as a big mastery of your organization. And that mastery is extended to the decisions you take on a daily basis. So many decisions you take as an FM are so wrong right now, completely wrong. In fact, many facility managers are loggerheads with their operations managers, with people at strategic levels and MDs and CEOs, because your thinking is at variance. If there is any such discrepancy between management and you, operational FM, you are wrong. I hear some people say things like, oh, we've been taught all the technical things, we know the generators, we know the AC, we know what to do, but these bosses, they don't understand FM. My dear, they understand the business, they understand the customer. It's your job to understand the business and the customer first. And then use that understanding to manage what you know about FM, so that you use FM to enable the achievement of that goal set by the organization. Until you get that right, you will stay at the shop floor. And that's why most people come to the FM Mastercraft Diploma, even after they have taken international certifications and they come to take the FM Diploma, their thinking pattern changes. The way they now understand management, the way they now do things to help organizations to succeed, not just to keep the building running, but help the organization succeed. You are now looking deeper. That's what this course does for you. It elevates you to the level of strategy. It makes you a master of your organization, not just a master of the facilities. Because the facilities are only a means to an end. They help the organization survive, thrive, and excel. You must change your mission and your goal from help the facilities to operate properly to use a properly operating, efficient facility to help my organization to thrive, excel, and grow. And of course, the next is asset management. You cannot manage what you don't know. If you don't know about the assets that you're managing, you can't manage it well. So the basics, like asset register, how do you develop an asset register? How do you manage the kind of data that changes about your facility on an ongoing basis? How do you track facilities as they age, from the process of bringing them in to the process of disposing them and replacing them? Are you the like-for-like replacer, or are you going to go back to the basic and ask, why do we need that asset in the first place? What are the options today that can meet that why, instead of going back to buy the same thing that you just want to replace? your assets, your facilities will age. That's what we call the degradation curve. Everything will age over time. The quality starts at very high when it is newly installed. But as it starts going down, as it starts aging, the quality starts depreciating, the value and the results you get from it start reducing. Can you spot those minute defects that is accounting for that degradation? That's what the condition assessment job does. How do you track that for the whole facility, for every asset? How do you budget, prioritize what needs to be fixed to ensure that you can keep it in pristine condition on an ongoing basis? How do you use metrics like the facility condition index to track not just an asset's condition, but an entire asset portfolio condition? And then we have the technical sessions where we talk about plumbing. There's so many facility managers, of course, not yet trained, who encounter blockages, smells, all kinds of things in their plumbing system, and they don't know what to do. You call the plumbing technician who's supposed to have been trained. He's been trained on how to bolt and knot things. And then he provides solutions that make you spend money again and again and again because you don't know the basic diagnostic processes we teach you in this course. What are efficiency and sustainability? And then maintenance. We might be familiar with maintenance because we've been told this side is done, that side is done, this side is done. Once you follow this step by step, that your maintenance is being done. But you need to know why those things are prescribed. What are the reasoning behind telling you to service your gen by changing oil and filter every 200 hours, for example? Because if you know it, you will know how to manage that whole process. You will know how to move from one strategy to another strategy for that asset. We teach you the predictive run to failure and preventive maintenance strategies. And then we talk about a maintenance philosophy called reliability-centered maintenance, ROCM, in this course. Next, maintenance records and planning. We teach you how to schedule maintenance, how to generate work orders, kind of function that should be in work orders, how to track work that's being done, and how to close out work and get feedback from the client. And here we move into quality management. We talk about facility management, measurement of facility management service impacts, being able to describe services properly, specify services, draw up service level agreements, know how to track continuous improvement in your facility management operations. We now move into space planning and move management. Space is money. Every square meter is money. If you don't know how to manage space, you'll be wasting so many square meters. And some people in crowded spaces and end up making them unproductive because they are squeezed together. How do you provide an optimal space? What kind of services, what kind of planning, what kind of space utilization strategies exist? How can you optimize the use of a space? Improve productivity, improve results for the organization, and increase efficiency. In facility management, just like every other profession, there's need for project management. You cannot be a facility manager and not know how to execute projects. Sometimes FMs think, oh, project management is a different profession. It is not a profession. It is a skill, it's a competence that is required for all professions. Facility management is a profession, needs project management. So don't fool yourself thinking you've done the first degree in project management, therefore you have a job. You will not get a job with project management as a professional discipline. You need to go and school yourself and gain experience in a domain. Project management needed in FM, needed in IT, needed in medicine and surgery, needed in accounting, needed in software development, needed in everything. So as an FM, you need to be able to understand the body of knowledge of project management so that your projects can be executed seamlessly with least issues.
One of the first things people see when they come to your facility is the fabric. What does the fabric look like? What are the walls, windows, roof, ceiling, walls, floors? What do they look like? If they look going down, in fact, nowadays I see something that's going on in Lagos where the Lagos authorities that check building quality, they just come and mark the house distressed, distressed, distressed. They're marking every house distressed because of poor maintenance of and structure. In fact, in one structure that I'm part of here, not far from my office here, it was just plumbing leakage. Plumbing, water was seeping into it, and it was now obvious on the side. Before you know it, they've come to give them quick notice. The government want to demolish the house because the skills required to inspect, to scope work, get the job done, and keep your building looking pristine. Do your regular testing of its structure. It's not there. We teach you all that here. So whether it's walls, ceiling, floors, windows, doors, foundation, you will learn how to inspect, manage them. And then, of course, the electrical. Generation of power can be from generators, can be from solar, can be from all kinds of sources from the discos, right? It runs through into your facility and you use them at various load points. Should the FM be ignorant of SIPO protections, type of cabling quality, electrical measurement parameters? Or is it that you will not know how generators should be managed, how diesel quality should be checked and understood? Or that you will not be conscious of the preventive maintenance activities like portable appliance testing or ground or earthing testing that should be happening in your facilities? We teach all of this here so that when you leave, we don't say you become an engineer, but when it comes to that your facility, you are not a master of what the building users require and what the compliance requirements are for the things that should be done routinely in your facility. You become a master of it. Same applies to air conditioning. I hope you've not been topping gas. When I was young as an FM, I used to allow technicians to I'd be paying them for topping gas every time they come to service my ACs. Ignorance. What are they topping? How much of the gas waited so that others they will not top it? So just a scam that existed in the industry for years until I knew that it was a scam. If the gas leaked, find the place where it leaked from, plug it. Of course, don't expect to see any gas in there if it has leaked. Fill it, and then you know your gas. Because it's a closed loop system. You learn all of this. You learn all of those components. So that somebody will not come and tell you that there was an integrator or there was a carburetor inside your AC that is bad. Because if you don't know, you don't know. That's not what I studied. So it's not my fault. It's your fault. You are wrong if you don't know. So come and take the FM Mastercard so that you will know. You will not be ignorant again. And then design build commissioning course. Here, we're talking about the entire life cycle of a building, how it goes from planning to design to construction to testing, commissioning to FM. And the things, first we establish why FMs, people who have experience with the built environment, who have managed people, who have managed historical degradation of various asset classes and various materials and various work methods, being involved from defining the operational requirements, because we understand people that are going to use the facility, how they behave, what they need. People who are going to design and going to build, they must hear about the people that are going to use it and what their habits and expectations are. We represent that. Throughout the construction process, there should be certain documentation that are being compiled so that when it's time to operate and maintain, we are not looking for answers. The answers are already in your hands. The guys who are building may not have that time. You need to be embedded to get all those information. But if you are embedded in the construction project and you don't have an idea of what contributions to make, you're a wasted seat in that boardroom. So in this course, we teach you what the FM contribution is to every stage in the development cycle. Then, of course, when people come to your facility, now you see the first thing they'll check is, is there an FM here? What do you think they make them ask that? Smelling. Well, the place is dirty. Oh, look at rats here. Look at this. What are they looking at? The symptoms that you've allowed your environmental cleaning and hygiene to fall apart, or you've abandoned it, or you are doing it yourself, and the people who are doing it, you let them do it the way they feel like. There are processes, there are step by steps, there are task lists that should be generated, there are tracking sheets, there are processes for managing cleaning and hygiene. FM is not a job you can do on your own. If you think HRO is for HRO personnel, then you'll be losing it. The people that work for you must be managed, starting from how you define and design the job, design and define the role, find the appropriate person to fit the role, give them the job to do, monitor and track performance, handle performance appraisal, give praise and penalties as case may be, and celebrate success on the job. All of this requires you to have people skills. Have you ever had approvals that were not approved? Oh, I tried to do this, they didn't approve it. Yes. Sometimes it is because you did not package your presentation properly. So you didn't sound convincing. Sometimes because the analysis you worked on were all faulty. The numbers you worked with are wrong. Sometimes you didn't even have numbers. You thought by sentimentally saying, oh, this is getting too bad. This breaks too frequently. Oh, people are always complaining. You think people will listen to that? No. Get numbers, get data, and work with those data. Sometimes it is because of who you are. You have made too many mistakes in the past, so your credibility is already in question. So when you bring up the proposal, and finally, it could also be a matter of integrity. Anytime proposal comes from you, you want to chop from it, you want to put something in your pocket, project will not be approved. In this course, we will teach you how to always get approved. You can always get approved. There are so many people living careers where when their ideas hit and they do their analysis and do their presentation, approved, they always get what they want. They are the ones that are excelling on the job because what you did not achieve will be counted for you. The ideas you had that was not implemented is not an achievement. How do you organize your team? How do you structure your team? That's what we're going to talk about in the FM organization. Whether you work for an FM company or you work as an in-house, what kind of relationship should commonly exist? We'll talk about that in the FM organizations course. And then contracts and procurement. We're getting into this mode of, well, I'm looking for an electrician. Come and help me fix this problem. Oh, I'm looking for a plumber. Come and help me fix that problem. And so once they come and you tell them, yes, please fix it. You think you have a contract. You think you specify. You've not done anything. There are processes for purchasing, processes for procurement, documentation that goes with them that leads to contracts so that people sign, agree that they understand you, you understand them. Not every time they work, they come back and they say, oh, sorry, that's one I did that time. It's not the one that failed again this time. You have to pay me extra for that and that because you were not clear in your specification. There was no tracking mechanism for performance on that contract. So you always spend more. This alone, if you learn this and implement it well, you can save your organization a lot of money from contract errors. FM technology, IoT, BIM, CAFM, CMMS, technology. We're going to also have a session where we talk about how these technologies are practicalized using a real live software from a service provider who will come in and teach you how to navigate their system. And then we have the customer service and stakeholder management course. This is one of the most important courses we have. Why? Because the customers are the ultimate determinants of your success. If they say you have done well, you've done well. If you say you've not done well, you've not done well. No matter what other things you are measuring, the customer satisfaction index, CSI, is your #1 KPI. How do you manage that process? How do you get that result from that? That's what the customer service and stakeholder management course handles. And then we have the next one, which is the health and safety. We're going to spend a whole day talking about health and safety. everything about health and safety. The toolbox meetings, your job safety or job hazard analysis, all risk assessment that you need to implement, your waste management principles, the risk that we take in our project and how to prevent them. And then we'll talk about financial management. Life cycle thinking leads to end cradle to grave analysis for every asset you acquire. What do I need? What I need is not necessarily the asset, it's a utility from the asset. So comfort cooling, not AC, right? So from there, I am able to build in enough options through that procurement process, right? Now, by the time I am now asked how much I want to spend, how much have I spent, I should be able to have the kind of tools to help me analyze financial operations and financial data. I should be able to understand how to create proper budgets. I should be able to know how to track budgets. Workplace productivity course takes us in another journey. You know, at the beginning of the program, we'll talk about careers, right? Coming towards the end, we'll now come with workplace productivity. The whole process of getting a job, staying on the job, growing on the job. See those three things? Many people don't think it's important. So because we are not training you to become knowledgeable, we are training you to be practical people who can implement and excel at where you work. We cannot leave you without walking you through all that process, finding the job, the interviews, the application process, the CV packaging, and when you get the job, how to be good at the things you are doing at the job. Some people are just reading, writing analysis. That is the problem. They don't know how to structure what they write. They don't know how to present. We teach you all of that. And then energy and sustainability. These have become a very key aspect now because there are regulatory frameworks being developed for sustainability. There's the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and how it impacts, how buildings impact various SDGs. There is energy cost that is being liberalized, being all kinds of energy subsidies are being removed. So the reality is hitting home. Companies are beginning to call me and say, oh, we used to pay 10 million, now it just went to 25 million. We can't cope. How do we handle this? That smart should have happened before the cost went up. Don't feel because you afford it, you don't need energy efficiency. Talk about this here. And there's so many things, so many ways that you are wasting energy. We'll that for you. If your brain will open, you'll go back to your facility and you will run an audit quickly and take action that will help, stop those leakages. In FM, because we are the custodians of the built environment, the building code or the law that governs the built environment ultimately becomes ours to inherit and enforce and live by. So the building code will talk about how architects should design, how builders should build and all that. But ultimately, when we are taking over, it is based on our understanding of the building code that we can provide a proper audit of what's adequate and what's not so that things can be fixed and done right. And of course, one of the risks that you encounter in your facilities is firefighting. So we break this out of the HSC course because it's a very important course to deal with. The equipment for firefighting, the whole process of managing fire and preventing fire, and the kind of preventive maintenance you should have in place. And then the main risk management cost, which is emergency preparedness and business continuity. What can go wrong will often go wrong in facility management. And many FMs like saying it's not my fault, it's an act of God, oh, it just happened, oh, we had all the plans and this failed. You are supposed to have the normal plan and then the abnormal plan that looks at the possibility of such things happening, which means you must play the devil's advocate. You start an FM career. Many come into the FM career because they already have contracts. Because nobody stops anybody from getting a contract in the FM. They already have a contract. They just don't know how to implement it. And when they have that one, they want to win another one, they need help. The FM, starting and growing your FM business is a cost for those who are either in jobs and hoping to start an FM company or already in FM company. Cleaning contractors, fumigation contractors, all kinds of contractors in the built environment should come to the FM Mastercraft Diploma to learn about how business is run in our industry. And then, of course, technology demo where we talked about, specialists coming with their software. And then you have the air conditioning, heating, ventilation, air conditioning field trip, electrical and plumbing field trips. These are all part of the things you're going to learn. You're going to mingle. You're going to, be taught with real life scenarios. So the FM Mastercraft Diploma is not optional for facility managers in Nigeria today. It's not optional. It's something that you should take as, if I've not done it, I must do it. No matter the years of experience you've had. No matter the years of experience you've had, because it is good. And I've done my little best in exposing you to how much, and interestingly, all of this content that I'm going to be talking about, that we're going to be teaching, are going to be taught by close to 15 lecturers, all deep-rooted in different aspects of facility management. So there's nothing to compare to the FM diploma. Make up your mind today, and I hope to see you in the next sessions that are coming up. And thank you for all those who have taken the course. I hope you're shining, you're excelling. I talked to the few who have been jumping from one job to the other, and I said, look, try and hold one job. I know that they are calling you to come and take the double salary, but let your career not be broken by 6 months in rows, because they are always calling you to come and take up another job. Because of course the demand is very high at the top, and if you are doing well here, the next person is pulling you to another job. So hold on to it. At least do a couple of years to show that you are a stable person before you go and take up another opportunity. All right, so that's our session for today. I have unmuted everyone. I tried to mute everyone so that there's no distraction during the session, but I've unmuted. So if you have a question, I think I have just a couple of minutes to entertain it and do that. Looking at the chat, if there's a chat in any of the other platforms, please pull it in here. And for everyone who are here, we have a WhatsApp platform where we always have very robust conversation. The link should be here. Let's see. Someone please drop the link on the chat so that people who are here for the first time can join the WhatsApp platform. We also have a Telegram platform where you can join, and that's a very large group to interact. You see a lot of vacancies, and we have conversations. Yes, I see the WhatsApp one there. Please click on it and join the WhatsApp group if you are not there yet. Conversations there can be very enriching. Opportunities pop in there for you as well. And when we have freebies, we publish it there first. Okay, so take advantage of that. All right, so that's it for today. Looking forward to another session next week. And until then, keep being your best. And don't forget, if you are thinking of FM, think the FM Mastercraft Diploma. Don't go wrong. Thank you and have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Paul, and thank you, the team.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.